Okay, guys, got discussion B for you. Now, discussion B, the title is Low Income Homes Left in the Cold as Billions in Heating Aid Frozen until November 30. Okay, that's what we're discussing for B. Okay, here we go. The phrase low income homes left in the cold as billions in heating aid frozen until November 30 captures both a literal and figurative crisis. Literally, um, households that depend on federal heating assistance are facing cold weather without help. Figuratively, the word frozen underscores the bureaucratic halt in funding distribution, leaving billions of dollars inaccessible until late November. This situation is tied to low income energy assistance program, LIHEAP, a long standing federal initiative that provides financial support to vulnerable households for heating in the winter and cooling in the summer. Normally, states receive their allocations by October 1st, giving them time to process applications before the cold sets in. But this year, the funds are stalled until November 30, creating a dangerous gap. The program at stake, LIHEAP's role. It serves as a lifeline for households living paycheck to paycheck, seniors on fixed incomes, and families with young children. The program helps pay utility bills, prevents shutoffs, and sometimes funds weatherization to reduce further energy costs. Scale of aid, roughly 3 and 6 or 4.1 billion in federal heating assistance is being held back. Money that would normally flow to states to cover tens of thousands of households before the first frost. Why the delay happened? Government shutdown. A recent shutdown disrupted operations at the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS. The agency responsible for distributing LIHEAP funds. Staffing and administrative bottlenecks. Even after the shutdown ended, reduced staffing and backlogs slowed the release process. Instead of October, states are now told to expect funds only by November 30. Human impact. Households at risk. Families in the families in the Northeast and Midwest are already experiencing freezing nights. Without LIHEAP, many must choose between paying for heat or covering food, rent, and medicine. State level strain. Local agencies that administer LIHEAP are warning of surging demand and empty coffers. They cannot process applications or issue payments until federal dollars arrive, leaving vulnerable residents in limbo. Health consequences. Cold homes increase risk of respiratory illness, hypothermia, and worsen chronic conditions like asthma or heart disease, especially among children and the elderly. Political response. Bipartisan urgency. 31 senators from both parties have pressed HHS to release the funds sooner, stressing that heating is not optional. It's a matter of survival. Public pressure. Advocacy groups and community organizations are sounding alarms, noting that the delay disproportionately harms marginalized communities already struggling with high energy costs. What frozen until November 30 really means? Operational freeze. States cannot access their federal allocations until that date. This prevents them from opening applications, determining eligibility, or issuing payments. Critical timing gap. By late November, winter is already underway in much of the country. The delay means households endure nearly 2 months of cold weather without the safety net they were promised. Broader implications. This episode highlights how fragile safety net programs can be when tied to federal timelines. A single shutdown or staffing cut can ripple outward, underscores the growing tension between rising energy costs and stagnant stagnant wages where even a short delay in aid can push families into crisis. In short, the headline is not just about bureaucratic delay. It's about the lived reality of low income households. Who, who quite literally may be left shivering while billions of dollars sit idle in Washington. Come on, guys. If you if that continues, elderly people are at risk of freezing without heating, without heat in their houses, or a way to stay warm. Um, Low income seniors depend on LAHEAP a lot for government assistance. Let's see government get it together, please, folks. Because me being an me being in elderly care, I see a lot that when people don't get the proper care they need or proper services they request or they need in their life to function. Some people, even if they don't get the heat on in their house or apartments, some people freeze to death, guys. I've seen elderly people where they freeze to death because some of them don't get the help they need. So this is why I did tonight's show, sort of as a rant, but I hope it makes sense to everybody. To let's get the word out to government that we need a senior to have heat in their houses, so they don't have to worry about either paying the heating bill or eating. Because both of those are pretty important. With that being said, Gator Wellness, take care. I'll be back on with you shortly.